Good morning. It's Sandy Welch. Hello to everyone. It's Sunday morning moment, and we're excited about this morning. And I'm super excited about this morning because we're going to talk about how long has it been since you've had an aha moment in your life where you've learned something brand new and it's rocked your world. Are you having any aha moments? Are you learning anything new? And is there anything yet to learn? We're going to talk about that this morning. We're going to talk about why don't I know more than what I know right now? Also, the fact that great things are ahead for you. Great things. The best part of your life is ahead for you. And then I'm going to talk to you about focusing on you or focusing on others. Interesting, right? So if you would please like this Facebook post. If you're on YouTube, please like it and leave me a comment. And please click the YouTube link above and subscribe and ring the little bell. So here goes this morning. And also welcome to everybody. Please, when you come in, say hello to me, leave a comment. So this morning we're going to be talking about why don't I know more? I went through my life for a long time thinking I knew everything, or thinking that really I had studied and learned and had kind of maxed out on what I knew. But I want you to know that when the hardest, most difficult, challenging time of my life came, that is when I really began to learn more. And that is when my life really began to get better, because I finally realized that I don't know enough. As much as I know, I don't know enough. I don't know the next thing I need to know. So what is the next thing that you need to know? What is the next thing when you know it, it's going to rock your world? What is the next thing when you learn this thing? It's going to just be amazing. And your world is going to be changed. That's what's going to happen. So it's so exciting. First of all, why don't we know more? Why don't I know more? Why am I stuck in this amount of knowledge that I have right now and I don't know more than I know? Well, first of all, you may feel like you're hopeless. You may feel like, well, I don't need to know more. There's nothing more that can help me. I can't get better than what I am. I'm maxed out. Nothing is going to get better. And when you go into a hopeless place, that's one of the worst places you can be. I want you to breathe that in and feel, am I operating this morning from a hopeless place? Because guess what? There is hope. If you're breathing, there is hope. You can get better. Everything around you can get better. The next reason why maybe you don't know more is hopelessness, but you feel like for your life to get better, everybody else has to get better. If they don't get better, your life's not going to get better. That is not right. That is not true. That is not accurate, because you seriously cannot control anybody else's life. Now, hey, can I get a hallelujah on that one? Y'all know that's the truth. You cannot wait on everybody else to get better. This is a crazy thing that happens. When you get better, everybody else gets better. But somebody has to take the first step. And that first step, it's you. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here in this mind. When you get better, everybody else gets better. So who has to get better first? I do. I have to get better first. And when I get better, it is amazing how your betterness is contagious. And people say, oh, I like how she's getting better. Wow, I like how she's getting calm. I like how she's being nicer. I like how things are happening in her life. I like it so much. Maybe I can learn how to do that too. So your better makes her better get better. Hey, that's exciting, right? So maybe you feel hopeless. Maybe you feel like everybody else has to get better for you to get better. Not true, not true. You also, maybe you say, well, I'm not a reader, Sandy. I don't like to read things. And I just can't learn anything because I just don't like to read, or I'm not a good reader. That's not true either. Girl, guess what? There are Audible books. You can go to seminars, you can go to sessions, you can go and take people out to lunch and pick their brain and let them help you get better. You can always get better. And I can tell you that getting better will give you the aha moments that you need in your life to really shift and change your life. Because our life consists of relationships with other people. And when we get better, the relationships get better. When we get better, they get better. When we get better, every single thing in your life changes. Every single thing. Now, also, I'm going to say this to you. I was kind of in a place like this for much of my life when my kids were little. One reason maybe that you don't know more is because you are operating in a culture right now where the culture teaches you you know everything. This is the all-knowing of everything. And if you know this, this is all you have to know. And that culture of what we know right now is 100% right. It's 100% accurate. There's nothing more to know. You don't need to go study anything else. And if you learn something else that might be bad and you're not smart enough to be able to reason between what is good and what is bad, so don't go learn anything else. You know what I'm saying? You've got to get over that. I have learned so much in the last 6 or 7 years of my life that I did not know before. And I didn't know that I didn't know it. I did not know that I did not know this awesome stuff. But now that I have learned this awesome new stuff, I have aha moments, and I've gotten better. My relationships have gotten better. My language has gotten better. My words have gotten better. My calm and my peace have gotten better. Are you in a culture that is intolerant, that doesn't like for you to go learn new things? Are you in a culture that they're 100% right and you know everything you need to know? You can't do it. You can't live there. You've got to go learn more and trust yourself that I'm smart enough and wise enough that I can decide if this is good or this is bad, this new stuff I'm learning. The next thing of why perhaps we're not getting better and not having those aha moments is that we're focusing on doing for others at the exclusion of doing something better for ourselves. Sometimes we're so busy serving others, serving, until our plate gets empty, our glass gets dry, and we feel very dissatisfied. We feel frustrated because we're not really serving out of love. We're serving out of service, of duty. What we have to do is just say no to a couple of things and make sure that every day we're giving ourselves personal time to get better. Because it's that old saying, when mama is happy, everybody's happy. When mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Why? Because mama is working out of an empty glass, an empty plate, serving out of duty rather than serving out of love. And if we would just go learn a few new things, work on ourselves for a little bit, we would get happier, and that joy in our life would flood out onto the lives of others. So why are we not knowing more than we don't know? Okay? Maybe you are hopeless. You don't think there's anything more. Maybe you think that other people have to change before you can change. Maybe you think that you don't like to read, and because I don't like to read, I can't know more. Maybe you, and maybe this is, maybe that you live in a culture where they think they're 100% right and they're intolerant. And you haven't been brave enough to go learn something new and decide for yourself if it's good or bad. And also you're serving out of duty until you have dried yourself totally up. And the last thing is you're hanging around people that are just like you. You're hanging around people that are just like you. You don't have anybody new and fresh in your life. You don't have anybody who's better than you, stronger than you, financially more secure than you, who is more successful than you. You don't have anybody you've brought into your life to help you get better. Did you know the statistic is that you are like the 5 people you hang around with? Scripture says that iron sharpens iron. But you know what else I've learned is not only are you like the 5 people you hang around with, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with. Do you want to be the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most? Is that what you want your life to look like? Then you've got to do some new and different things. So let's do the opposite of what we've been thinking. If we've been thinking that our life is hopeless, let's say, my life is full of hope. My life is abundant. The best part of my life is ahead of me. If you're thinking that everybody else has to change before you can change, let's shift that and say, I am changing and everybody loves watching me change. I am getting better and everybody else is getting better along with me. All the things you need to be saying to yourself that I'm hanging around with bad people. New sentence, new brain thought. Shift that brain. Your brain will retrain as soon as you tell it enough times over and over again. I love people and they love me. I am great and I hang around with great people. I am hanging around with greater and greater people every day. God is bringing great people into my life and they stop and talk to me and I ask them questions and I am learning more and more every day. Also, if you are living in that culture of intolerance and don't go look for new stuff, then say, I am courageous and I am smart. I am wise enough to know what is good and what is bad. So I am learning and I am wise, making good decisions. So tell yourself who you are. Remind yourself of your strength and your power to get better. Because guess what? The best time of your life is right here. It is right ahead of you. It is right here ahead of you. You are going to be better in your calm and in your joy than you've ever been. Your life is going to be more self-confident and self-assured than you've ever been because you're going to get better. You're going to learn some things and you're going to hang around with some better people and you're going to start trusting yourself to know how to make decisions. Also, I'm getting better because I'm not walking around as a judgmental person who knows every stinking thing and nobody else knows every stinking thing. So I get to tell them how to live their life. Woo, which is not received. So you're going to release that judgment. You're going to have a happier daily life because you're making good decisions every day and you're getting better. You're going to have better thoughts. And when you have better thoughts, I'm going to tell you, girl, when you have better thoughts, instead of those stinking thoughts, you think these good thoughts, your life is going to rock. You are going to rock it out because your thoughts are going to be so positive and so appropriate. And when the bad thought comes in, you're just going to say, oh, heard that? That was then, and this is now. And you're going to capture those negative thoughts and you're going to think thoughts of positivity. And when you think the correct thoughts, your words that come out of your mouth are good. Good thoughts, good words. And when you have good words that come out of your mouth, guess what else gets better? Your relationships with everybody else. Good thoughts, good words, good relationships. When you have a person in your life that you release because you cannot control them, and instead you focus on yourself and you get better, your relationships are going to get better. Life is about relationships. If our relationships aren't good, then guess what? Your whole life kind of is not as positive as it could be. But you have to decide that I am taking control of my life today. I am thinking better thoughts. I am saying better words and I am having better actions. And because of that, I'm having better relationships because I am doing the things today to help me get better. So last but not least, who are you focusing on today? Are you just serving out of duty and responsibility, which really is not serving out of love? God has called us to love. God has called us to freedom. And that freedom gives us freedom to choose to serve or not to serve, to help you today or not to help you today. Because you know what? If it's not your day today to help someone, it's somebody else's day to help them. And when you take somebody else's day, you just took the blessing away from them. So some days you should say yes to serving, and some days you should say no to serving. But more than anything, to think the right thoughts, to have the aha moments, to get better in your life, you have to focus on you. You have to say, I have today to fill my cup and get my cup happy, fulfilled, joyful, calm. And then I can flow over into the lives of others. Don't flow over into the lives of others with an empty bucket, because the empty bucket really isn't empty. Instead, it's intolerant, it's frustrated, it's angry. And do you ever see yourself in that state of emotion as opposed to just being calm and joyful? It's because your bucket is empty and you've got to become aware of that. The greatest single thing I ever did in my life, the single greatest decision I ever made in my life was that I was going to become aware of how I felt. Because when I started figuring out that I was feeling angry or sad or discouraged or intolerant, I would stop and I would breathe and I would get it in control and I would say, okay, so what are you thinking, Sandy? And I would find that my thoughts were terrible. They were thoughts of frustration and just terrible. Take those bad thoughts, look at them, own them, see them, hear them, and say, but today I am changing these. When this thought comes up, I'm writing myself a brand new thought for victory, for ease, for joy, for choices. So today, have an aha moment. First of all, by knowing why you are not getting better? What is keeping you from getting better? And secondly, knowing that absolutely great things are ahead for you. The greatest time of your life is ahead for you when you put yourself into a place of getting better. And then focus on yourself first, and then go help others. Focus on yourself first, and then go help others. I hope you have a great day. As we finish today, make sure that you click my little link above. Please register at YouTube, click subscribe, and then ring the little bell so you get my notifications. Thank you so much. Hope you have an awesome, awesome day, and happy start to the new month. Take care.